You are welcome here anytime.
But first, guess you never had this thing. You was born free.
Freed after
But running for your life.
It's the DanceHalloween, oh between that across as you cross. A man for all, or everything can go wrong. Eve continued godless after she bit the garden. Now killer jaws grin. Was she aware or was banishment faulted? The treat tricked her today. Women are scripted, adopted by religion autonomy. Smitten, bombarded by blitzing barrages of polluting recipes. Chemistry bomb fizz. That isn't because she let her son lick mom's clit, but she's nervous anonymous because she's malicious autonomous. But that's because without liberty's profits, it's a statue of destiny sculpted by conditioned artists. We are her, collision, chaos, chisel. A big rock from spinning lava, wind fibs as stars exist. Nothing fits, so bosses fiddle, trauma nicked. Celebrity model history launches capital into nowhere because her children are retarded. Not that she's a bad parent, but ignorance lost in the world. And in this world, everything's approached with caution. Suspicion crawls to hints. Hither smart slithers or you absorb filth cooperative because every revolution's acknowledged. We're a risk-haunted planet, so Halloween breaks in the harvest of people too inconsiderate often. Mysteriously exalted from energy disappearing, although fruition gone, misery applauded. As if the tricks of treat still sophistry cultivate a living equality not installed. Individuals recall divisions deriving from unity's composite. Just see no mask can hide the fact elitism's occulted. But is this only another irresponsible autumn, or is there an official culprit? October chills come from August. Think backwards, then see the bigger picture causes, the effects. So while there's only one rib and result, that is, there's no revolution acknowledged. What's exactly happened? The show's only a witness's audience versus those buying tickets to arguments. What do you undeservingly exhibit karmic? Every room's cut in half, good and evil twins. Dichotomy, you can feel the rift periodic. Inflicting conflicts, try to make us different opposites. One's neither, the other's both. Invisible walls imprison each's world. So little obstacles, of course, grip complications persistent that offers twists. But that's improbability because ambition prophesies. Is that why there's pills dissolved, slipped into our drinks to keep us from chasing wishes exotic? Or does it make us more intimate, psychotic? No matter some withdrawals to get what's wrong, the mission to have the answer after it's noticed spotted. But then unaware of what issues the largest can let all the above make original the smallest. Means we all face one simple problem. Let's show everyone the inclusive objective where there's no magical objections, like a reunion of eternity parted. You're recorded from birth to death like satellite orbit watches. Look at yourself, pointed out event, repeat until curiosity pauses, replay until nothing's missed to process it. Everyone went out as if evicted, odysseys until no longer incompetent. But then again, your own revolution must be acknowledged. That's a worldwide party unreal because your spirit walked in with you, but left kicked out heart and bodies from fear don't recognize physical consequence. Excitement insists, longings disposed. Thus, after your vitality departed, you kept absorbing filth cooperative. You went stiff, boxes, cringe, clock, chins, a mountain of gym socks hit you with waves of stench. You're left by gaseous toxins of a stink fist unconscious. Air sick guarded by gas mask, fidelity dodges, or you're in shock pitted because one whiff's a harsh whip. At that instance, monstrous attack shows if you let yourself wither assaulted. From there, all you should know, you can't commit conscious, accepting what's lethal and forbidden's caught adrift, because it's viciously bonded into molecules, not rebelling with injury, needing to be insulted. To fix the spotless mind from sunshine, is permission harnessed? Know you're a victim, observe it. Truth against lips, false kiss. Who else lets their own treat be tricked, conned, and gypped? Reflectors responded to hypnotic music, but as uncertainty drawn in. The mist robbed your wits, you frolic, never having flinched repulsive. You've been harmed since by internal arson, and no blisters common. Inhaling fumes, hazardous yawn without resistance sends your esophagus. You basically knock the wind out of us. If you don't sprint and jog to finish the day, it's helplessness that pops up quick. No revolution acknowledged. The city's fallen, therefore gravity's iconic. Where you're infernal, it's an infernal apocalypse. You go outside, if it's an apartment or house, you're less protected than homelessness and boxes. Limits are distances, too far's a whim. Admit you thawed, chips for the grill, barbecue, why is dip a condiment? But because you eat, you forfeit to bargain. Although they say faith's a family economic, your tribute revolves your pivot. The crib you crawl in is back to will swallowed cyclical. Where you're vanquished, that squashes. You're made of defensive offenses. Consumerism has ominous thrills to accomplish, proving it makes uselessness bottomless. But consistently stocked cyst makes homes parasitic lodges. Trapped indoors, the countdown of available oxygen. Not cracking the windows necrotic. Blood goes cold until frozen solid, because it thins the hottest temps before combustion. Hyperfever's the best description of dissolved. An abyss starves, frivolous salts licked. Is that gonna be a revolution acknowledged? In something else's dominion, the occupants collecting reason to become misanthropic. Skeletons in toxicity closets. You open to see they leave the innocent taunted. To blame them if they join the suicide it indulges. Is criminal lawless or the law? The ostracized bird is the ostrich. But we're all pinned down, lots to sniff, until the nose were arrested by atmospheric fraudulence. Pulled an international alarm to frisk, or from ignorance lost in, only self-discipline's begotten, leaving those who forget forgotten. Symbiotic split up rotten, no existing partnerships, because smitten's preposterous. Only realistic odds win. There's vehicle emission diagnostics, but for body and home, there's no verdicts for convicts. That's guilt scot-free-ish. Perhaps we only skipped our armpits. That can judge hygienic qualification. Quantity deposits itself, but is always dissed by quality. Only purity's pompous. Sacrificial participants versus the sacrifice, the greater good or crippled obstructed. Your hip sockets limp and hop like you shit logs and bricks. But that can't be, you never peeling your dinner sausage. Grim on a limb to the brim, you're clogged. What sticks to your flesh like digging claws in. Pollutions like obesity, hauls you lift. Itty bitty particles that itch. Particulate matter, only the river washes. So carry excess baggage aquatic. You're way down, look, scenes believing. We get jobs to quit after you fill your wallet. But instead they sit lost within, as if they're really astonished by the world. Or the majority's convinced they're a scripted populace, waiting for their lines. As chosen wisdom knotted strings to be puppets demonic, because it's better than being uncontrollably impulsive. People seem as if they're negotiable instrument hostages. But what truly picks your pocket is worthy fights rich so your clock ticks, or you can't tick your clock rich. Look, everyone's blacked out from synthetic smog chimneys. Thousands of chemicals consist of chemistry bomb fizz. Told we're only in the midst of carbon. Deduced our responsibility's garbage. What's it made of and what for is how it's discarded. After gas is put in your lungs, sleeping you awaken lethargic. Therefore any activity's hardship. Unless mobility's robotic, leadership optimist, polluted's inoperative. Can't fight back when anything you mind must be disregarded. But can you have a revolution acknowledged? Already completely exhausted, you may be the same as before, but change transitions regardless. If you must go backwards after disaster, you'll only be disheartened, reabsorbing filth cooperative, sweating's your exorcism neurotic. Tissue snot spit, serenity solace, clear and clean, who has bliss detoxes. More reason why adrenaline's awesome, but fact remains, revolution's acknowledged, or you might have involuntary reactive convulsions. Intoxicated triggers unconsciousness, and the oblivious are oblivious, they're charlatans. But then again, oblivion's where anything futuristic's demolished. But is the destruction being ignorant lost in, or making illusions epitomes plotted? Even if the cost is believing they're filling adults, cynical narcissists, sending kids to college proves abuse worships contribution. But theories of work experience zombifies impoverished, because pollution's a terrorism that's caustic, that dismisses promises. those trying to persist the longest as holders of malodors, but who hold shoulders that competition's the strongest, or you won't have suitable garments. They pick cotton for you, or the itch on your skin is the cloth prick. Is that why you went out vindictively obnoxious? Shuffling priorities, homicide, or ditch the cough, be rid of confusion from conclusion, unless hindrance is assisted. Random figment, spontaneous combustion, thoughtless. See, predicting premonition vomits, or it isn't obscurity that dims your optics. Of everything we're stripped, you brought dicks, but everyone's addicted to narcotics. Medicines like shamans, interrupting your mind. The new traditions, multitudes of baptismal alternatives. We're sipping tonics while only the river washes. You may cut onions and garlic to buy time to be equipped. Armor clips the enemy. The enemy causes escape, so every provision of documents comes from the fact submissions charmed broken. Premise bars windows. If all have one simple problem, that is guitar riffs need treadmills in the mosh pit, or athletics the minority dominant, but seriously solemn. Be careful who welcomes walk-ins. Knock knock instead of trick or treat. Are you pitching dog piss? If yes, is it so the bitch collars him? That reason to be timid, flawless, or you'll leave resilience daunted, because disease and sickness contradict, because infected when negative's positive, inaccurate optimist, illogical logic is only making it up, and that's insecurity confidence. Just acceleration made fictitious authentic. Make your shim, the throttle tips you over. Although every emergency's ironic, restricting prosperous, look at the universe, we're from eternity parted, so creation gives pardon. That's withdrawn in, so the intuition's prompted by opportunities options, moving toward accurate targets, where progression complements rebirth, so your limitless moderate. Involved mixes up so decision locks in. Just listen to rhythm sparks shifting shape from here to testify. Dance halls, a bridge that crosses into the honest meant to be, where we're in a gridded providence, because you don't trip harmless, holding vision's construction of the place to become idyllic ultimate. Legit pulses, flinch repulsive, or be stricken heartless. A free body is swift, where synchronicity's also clinched. We're only lifted like rockets, but when your ignition's farted, infinity's beyond this. Twice as behind, you have to make the trip harmless, flowing through notions like fluids from faucets. So the candle's lit, hollow wick, by motion brought or drip fuel, so only spilling's constant. But then again, losers see realistic odds win. But then again, electricity's electronic, opposing electric conduits. True truth is against lips, false kiss. So does Disney waltz, crisp, chips and cards, no twitch, assuming reality's all in, where we all have one simple problem. The one simple problem's pollution. To solve it will have to be effective cognitive within every miniature wanted, because even the gist is what the hollow glimpse. I already quiver, my mana's hit by the entrance blockage, entering into instructions that charges everyone's energy. Only the only beginning's obvious, everything else the only beginning's obvious. Everything else is sight eclipsed by darkness. Light shows itself, the luminosity hearken. The fire points to where, but shutting the exit's no guardian. It's smoke and mirrors, so you ditch the cough, be rid of the habits provocative, because vigor's propulsion. Or your imprint scars district, absorbing filth cooperative, paralyzing enough you believe in your coffin. No longer ignorant lost in, that becomes your revolution acknowledged.
It's the DanceHalloween, oh between that across as you cross. A man for all, or everything can go wrong. At the top doesn't like the bottom, or it tears the land apart. That's not dance hall, so oh between, if the match belongs, ask for dawn first. Does it stink? Are we attacked by fog? That makes us half zombie, then the bright side masks the body. Annual fall shows hollow from the new last lot. Anyone may dance or drop out, but if it's banished, stop, or you shall be harmed. Poof and the gas be gone.